All right, welcome back. There is a new trend in health and wellness.
Yeah, people across the country, especially those that like to work out, are turning to injectable peptides for health benefits. For more on this trend, we turn to Dr. Payal Kohli because we have lots of questions. Anytime there's a trend, I have concerns. Yeah. When somebody says, oh, this is going to do something for you and it's special, what are they?
It's so interesting. We've seen so many trends because of social media and this kind of wellness culture and these fitness enthusiasts and biohackers. So injectable peptides, they're not new to medicine. For example, insulin has been around for decades. That's an injectable peptide. So a peptide is basically a fragment of a protein, like a short chain of amino acids, that causes some kind of biological effect. Usually it works on your hormones, it works on your cellular function. So we've had peptides around in medicine. In fact, all the injectable weight loss drugs are peptides. That's how they work. But now we're seeing this culture based mostly on social media where we see this rise of these body repair peptides, these tissue healing peptides that are being brought here illegally from China that people are injecting into themselves.
So a lot of the time when we see peptides, usually we see it in that form, also in skincare.
Yeah,
peptides are
like
huge
I hear
in
it's
skincare.
good for me if it's in a lotion, right?
So putting it on your skin, I'm totally fine with. But injecting something, what happens when you inject something? It skips the liver. So if you take a pill, the liver actually detoxes a lot of the things that are in it. When you inject it, it goes directly into your body, skips the liver, and has bioactive effects. And the fact that the FDA has reviewed the data on these peptides and decided not to approve them suggests there's a lack of human efficacy, and more importantly, the safety has not really been studied.
So how are people getting them?
They're getting them illegally from China. So because the FDA has not approved this, you can't get it at a doctor's office. You can't get it with a prescription. So it's funny, I've even seen of a startup in San Francisco that has peptides stocked in their fridge for break time, where people can inject themselves with a peptide over their lunch break just to get a little boost here. So that's how popular it's become. But essentially how you get them is online. You can get them from these wellness shops or what have you. And most of them are made in China, sent over here. It says on the vial, for research purposes only, not for human consumption, because legally it can't be sold as a drug if it's not FDA approved. And then a lot of these individuals, usually you see men and young boys in their teens, 20s, and 30s who are trying to build muscles.
Yep.
But there's also a second wave of postmenopausal women who are, wellness women who are thinking they want to stay young using these peptides. Now, they're not just using them individually, they're stacking them. So there's something called the Wolverine stack. You guys remember X-Men?
Yeah.
Do you remember Wolverine?
Doesn't sound like I'd want to put it in my body.
No, but he had this amazing ability to regenerate his tissues, right? He would get an injury and it would go away. And so this Wolverine stack is these two peptides layered on top of each other.
People know that's a movie, right?
Exactly.
Wolverine doesn't really exist.
No.
Okay.
And the peptides themselves are synthetic mimics of the naturally occurring peptides. So one of them, BPC, body protection compound 157, very popular, comes from gastric juice. It's your stomach acid that helps heal your stomach, and they've copied it. And the other one is not even an identical copy. So I have so many concerns about these. I just hope that people are careful before they inject things from the gray market from China into their bodies, thinking that it's going to help them heal their tissues.
Don't get your medical advice on Google or TikTok.
I mean,
This is TikTok, you know it is.
And that's a bigger conversation as well. I mean, we've seen all these TikTok challenges with cinnamon and things like that.
Right.
It's just because you see it on social media doesn't mean it's a good idea.
But in this case, Phil, it's the safety concerns are exponentially more because it's injectable into your body.
Yeah, forget it.
And so I'm just really concerned about all kinds of risks with this. This could feed cancers. It could cause liver problems. It could cause allergic reactions.
Because it fosters growth.
That's exactly right.
Doctor, thank you.
Man.